Oh man, I just had a swip. I had a swip of some day old sweet tea. And usually it's okay, but this one in particular just, man, tastes so awful. Made my skin crawl a little bit. It's like a way too overripe banana. Disgusting. I thought it'd be good. This why unsweet tea is superior. Ish. Only ish. But it is good. I do like both sweet and unsweet. I don't know which one would win. Which is why I compromise and get both at the same time. That's a perfect blend. 50 and 50. Yo. What is up? I had an idea today, which I will execute tomorrow, I think. I think tomorrow I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. I'm gonna go to my library. I'm gonna check out one of the cameras they have, because they have cameras that you can check out, like DSLR cameras. I don't currently have one, so I think my library has them. I don't know if that's a normal thing for libraries to have is cameras. I know they have lots of other things like maker spaces, but I don't know about cameras. Well, anyway, I want to go get one and take some photos of things because it's going to be real cold in the start of this week, or next week, I guess, starting on Monday. It's going to be real cold and it's going to get real hot, and I want to take some photos of both ends of the spectrum, very cold and very hot. Just this, I don't know. I just want to do that. Something inspired me. And then while I did that, because like the moment when I had that idea, it was already like the afternoon, so I wasn't gonna go wander around for a few hours in the afternoon. I'd much rather do it in the morning. And so I like sifted through some photography books, and they were very cool. I really like looking through photography books, and I like taking pictures of pictures. Just my favorite ones. Not all of them have like the caption of them written right under the photo. They have like a title, but not like a full caption. Mostly because those books are like compilations of a single photographer anyway, so the photographer is listed on like the front cover. But I know those photos are probably famous enough that I could reverse image search them if I really needed to know who it was by. So, well, oh well. Some of those photos were really disturbing though. At least to me, not because they were like violent or gory or anything, but it's just something. I'm not going to describe them, but some of them are just, they kind of irked me a little bit. But of course, that was probably the point, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was like really cool and fine to them, but to me, it's like, what in tarnation is this? What have you cursed upon my retinas? So today we're doing some more orchestra stuff. Believe it or not, I don't know the last time that I even wrote for less than 10,000 instruments. It's always been this many, and rightfully so, I think. I like orchestras. Or maybe I need to limit myself so I breed my own creativity or something, but whatever. I don't think I've run out of that just quite yet. But one of these days. One of these days. Okay. Surprise. Okay, let's get to writing. So this progression I took from one of my other projects, but I don't like how it sounds, so I'm doing it again. I think this melody needs to change a little bit, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Right now I want to have some more interesting pizzicato arrangements to this celesta part, or something, I don't know, what we'll see. I guess I'll play the beginning here. It's just literally one bar, but whatever. And of course that's all I have. So I mean, I have this, but I don't have the rest of the accompaniment put in, which is what I'm going to do. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to mute the wonderful English horn solo, as wonderful as she is. Just, I want to hear just you guys. I feel like these parts here need to be a little thicker. I think we can achieve that with fifths. So, nice power chord there, and one here too. Try this. And I think having a fifth in the lowest parts of the celesta is a little bit awkward, so I'm gonna get rid of those. I want you to be a little louder. And same with you. All these little arpeggios here, I want them to be... And let me just mark here, just to be clear that it's different. Okay. Okay, we'll get to that when we get to that. Starting here with the F sharp minor chord, which I am going to embellish. The way I did this here, there was a very slight major second here, and this E and this D, and then all the other E's were in octaves. And I was kind of going for something like that here, with the F sharps and the E's. So let's do that again. F sharp would be this. Nailed it. What is this? You want to be B diminished. But I wrote C sharp here and it sounds okay. I like that C sharp more actually. What's that? C sharp. What notes are resounding here? We have C sharp, F, and A. That should be an F sharp augmented chord. F, not F sharp, just normal F augmented. F augmented should be just 3 augmented, I think. Okay. I'm okay with that. Okay. And here we have, what are you called? Flat 7, that should be C major. C major over E, because I'm so creative. E, F, E. What a wonderful pattern of notes. Well, you get to be slightly different with the G, or maybe not G. Let's try C natural. C natural, G, and these notes here are, what are you going to be? E, D and E again, maybe? That seems... Let's try that. No, actually, maybe I would rather you be B. Something about that feels a little off. I like that more. Also, I think it would actually be more effective if I had, of course, the concha bass play this, but I had, because here we have two violins playing the same thing, so I think the viola should really play with the, what are you called? The cello is playing. So you with the E. It's a big jump. That's okay. Notice this E and C. E, C, no, C sharp. Yeah, that's right. C sharp, and you with the B. And I think you ought to move down to G. Or you move to minor 4. Minor 4 is G minor. Go minor, am I right? There you go. Something about that felt kind of odd. What was that? What was that noise I heard? It was probably the C down here. Let's turn up. What do I have here? Okay, that's the one I usually have. Let me turn you up a little bit just temporarily. I wrote here minor 4, but then I have this A natural here, so I think I actually lied. And you're supposed to be major 4. So I shall keep you as such. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, and then back to D major. Biome. And we have a wonderful Phrygian chord here. A diminished 5, very Phrygian, which I wrote here as, whatchamacallit, this is supposed to be A diminished, so yeah, but over C, I see, okay. Don't have that tenuto, please. A, actually, no, you guys play. I forgot the violins are also supposed to do stuff. Oh, I don't really like that rumble there. That's better. Okay. I'm curious, what does this part sound like on a piano? I will mute the cellisto real quick while I figure this out. Cellisto. Shut up. What does it sound like with piano? Something about the piano gives it a more... That's very interesting. The celesta made it feel a bit more magical, but the piano made it feel a lot more grounded. Like a bit more earthly. Whereas the celesta made it a bit more ethereal. I guess as I say that aloud, that feels not obvious, but like a very easy deduction, but nevertheless, I think it's still an interesting distinction. Usually this piano's a little loud, so I like to turn it down. Okay, but it doesn't matter what it sounds like if it sounds terrible with the melody. So let's hear that with the melody now. Actually, I don't like this right here. Let me try that again, but an octave higher. Again, octave lower. Something about this melody feels a little off. Let me hear that together. I don't like that. I don't like that. That feels better. Hold on, let me hear that one more time. Something about feels a little off. I think it's because there's like there needs to be a rest somewhere here, otherwise it feels a bit unnatural. Maybe over here on the downbeat. That makes me feel a little better. Or maybe it's over here. I kind of like this movement here. Okay, but I need that to be more like there needs to be some phrasing here, so. Like over here, there needs to be some rather dramatic crescendo. Good. And then I don't know, something will happen here. I think these slurs are kind of stupid. Let's... Make these slurs. What in tarnation is going on here? Stop it. Put you in page view. I think you'll be a-okay. Yoink. Oh, untitled score. Get out of here. Oh wait, that's right. I usually like to put this on some wonderful A3 paper. Okay. And then, since this is a solo, maybe I should give it like an expressive word. But what word? When I say expressive word, there is a word meaning expressive. It's espressivo or something like that. But it feels almost like a cop-out to write something like that. I feel like... I don't know. The English one already has such a tone that I don't even know if I need to describe anymore. But... What are you, G major? You're over D, so I shall put an inversion. Okay. Let me hear you. I heard you now with the piano a bunch. Let me try the celesta once more. Let's see if I still like it. I wrote this part with the celesta in mind, but I'm starting to like the piano a little more. I don't know if I like it just because it's fresh and new, or if it's because I just think it suits the piece more. I will stay on piano for now then. Of course I will keep the celesta in because it is a wonderful instrument, but... I think here, because here's the old project with the celesta part, and I think this next melody should be carried by a wonderful clarinet. Oh, it's so loud. Shut up. Or oboe, I guess. Okay, hold on. Something felt off about that. There's not enough breaks here in the melody, I don't think, for it to sound good. It's a bit too... It feels fake. Have a rest here? Good, okay. Then let's also... I would like you to have a little tenuto mark. And I like this a bit more than the other one. Okay, so... I think here I'll have... I need some other guys here playing something. I'm thinking, because the oboe's already doing stuff, I think I had an accompaniment in the flutes last time, but I want to try in the horns. I think horn would be very interesting. This being a G major chord, so, or G major with a side of E. There you go. Probably something a bit too close would not be good though. It's also really loud because I forget that you guys are horns. And you guys are all playing piano volume, so the horns are just gonna blast over this pianissimo piano, the pianissimo piano. If I did increase your volume, I don't think I would like that very much. I think the volume does need to increase a bit substantially though for it to stay interesting. I don't like the piano getting louder, I'm not gonna lie. So I think I'll just make it feel louder using the power of orchestra. The orchestra. Can we do a... Oh, I said pianissimo, losers. Even quieter, please. Okay. Can you do a fade out here? I don't like that very much, actually. Maybe it has to be quicker, like this. That feels a little bit better. What are you? 5 A major here. Or you C should be like that, figured bass, with the C natural in the bass. Getting lower and lower down here. Okay, let's have a wonderful triplet playing here. You feel a bit more languid with more or less uneven feeling rhythms, which is kind of ish what I'm going for. And a normal B minor here because I'm very creative. Can you both be C actually? Same with you, C. C is a bit off. Just do a third here, seems really boring though. Okay, I guess I'm okay with that. Oh, I need you to be a bit less fast than that. Flat 7 C major over E. Okay, you got it. It's me. I wrote this. Okay. C major, right? Yeah, I just said it's. Just talked about it. Oh my goodness. This is G minor again. F. You play G again. What was that F here? Completely forgot that I wanted to have. That's okay. That's right, there was all this accompaniment stuff I haven't done. Good. I don't like it. Here, try this, my friends. What are you? G major. Good. Can you... Let's have fluffy boys play this. So clarinets and flutes. Too fluffy. Not... It doesn't feel very smooth at all. Better. Let's have some parallel fourths. And let's have it play in contrary motion to the main melody. How about that? You with C major. Could try starting on G. Or no, let's start on E. How about that? E, A, D, G. Alright, cause are any of these? No, I just have the flattened C and the flattened F. None of which appear in this quartal chord I've written, so I think we're okay. Start moving you down. Oh yeah, wait. Those two notes that I didn't use, there they're appearing again. Ah, this chord already kind of appears in the next part, so how about you move up a little bit? No, that doesn't work at all. No, you move here. Ooh, hold on. There's a clash here that I really don't like. Maybe it's okay. I'm gonna forgive myself. Move down to G. G. D. No. C. Natural. And then F natural. I don't like how loud that is. Can you guys be even quieter? Triple P. Lots of P's. You can, of course, have dynamics, but start quiet. Pretty please. Quick attack, slow decay, try this. Change these dynamics here, hairpin here, hairpin over here. And once again, hairpin right here. And another right here. I think here we gotta have some horn parts. Okay, right here it moves back to D, so I can... Let's do this again. Or how about just a pure D major chord? That's fine. I'm okay with that. But only for a little bit because I want horns to come in here. Just a tiny smattering, that's the word, of horns. Maybe even trombones. But if I put you guys too close, I'm afraid it'll sound bad. That already sounds a little bit too nice. Try trumpets. Trumpets are these ones, right? I don't play for that long. Maybe trombones. Trombone here, trombone there, trombone everywhere. A little bit of a horn part here. Okay, try again from here. Good. No, I don't like the flutes. Flutes or bassoon and clarinet instead. I don't like how regular that sounds. Maybe something like this would be interesting. Or actually, can you do a C sharp, G, and D? I guess we'll have to rearrange this. Try a... Okay, well that's not the instrument I thought it was. I thought it was a trombone. Okay. Let's do 3. What program is this? This is MuseScore 4. That's what I use to write in music. Because I like sheet music notation. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see, I do want this to be a bit more... less 3/4. I know I wrote it in 3/4. But because I'm so extra, I need to have it in a different one, like this. Okay. Do a little dying off here. And I would like to have what I had before, with the horns. Just having a tiny bit of a helping hand and emphasizing this chord. I would do timpani, but I think timpani is a bit too overbearing here. It needs to be a bit less epic and more pathetic. So let's listen to that again, and I'll nitpick any mistakes that I've written. I already have one. I think this second here sounded okay when it was in the celesta, but here it sounds a bit awkward. So, what, you're supposed to be A major, so. I feel like you're not loud enough. So just the mixer problem. Did I turn you down? I did a tiny bit. Let me push you back up a bit. You're supposed to be a bit louder because you're in the melody. Okay. Good. I mean, that crescendo feels... I like that it's sudden, but it feels too out of nowhere, and it feels out of nowhere because I don't think I have enough crescendo happening here in general. So let me listen again. So like crescendo here, decrescendo here. Have these ones be a bit slower. So still crescendo, decrescendo, and then here it's a bit more sudden because this one spans 2 measures, this one spans 1, so it feels a lot more sudden, which is good. But I still want there to be a bit more of that dynamic change that makes it not only feel more expressive, but also just more interesting for my ears. So let's try this. That's the one thing that I think a lot of this, dynamics are a very easy and extremely effective. I would say the most effective and also the easiest way of making your music to sound less computer generated and more expressive. Well, not... I feel like computer generated is the wrong word because even I'm playing it right now and it's obviously computer generated. Less... what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. Make it less... not robotic, that's the wrong word. Less stale, I guess. Less flat. Dynamics bring your music to life. Let's tell you how to use them. Let's use... So I'm gonna... That's the main thing I'm looking out for here. Synthetic, kind of. I would like you to be a bit more dramatic, so I'm gonna specify the dynamics I want here. Oh wait, and also... don't fall off. I like the quick attack. I don't like the quick fall off. Because the melody gets more agitated here, right? Gets louder, gets a little bit faster with this triplet. So I like that little bit of agitation there, but it needs to simmer down a bit slower. Especially with that non-chord tone, it feels very dissonant here. In D major, we have a F natural, which is not part of the key, so it feels a little dissonant. I like that, but then it immediately resolves to something very pleasant here. Okay, once again, you need to have some more interesting dynamics than just big crescendo and then big decrescendo. Let's try again. Like here, there needs to be something else than whatever the heck is going on here. So let's have some very dramatic dynamics. Like over here, go all the way up to forte, just really up and up and up with those dynamics. Okay, let's listen to this melody again. See, that's already so much nicer. Okay, I don't think the accompaniment needs to do anything. It's really the melody that needs to shine. It's not necessarily not necessarily when you put dynamics do you want to increase both the volume of the melody and the accompaniment, because the accompaniment might already overshadow the melody, so that's not good. So I'm going to keep this the way it is, and I'll just have you have all the cool dynamics on YouTube, but it's because you're so quiet. Okay, is there something I can do with the percussion here? Again, I kind of said that I don't really want timpani yet. I want to save the timpani. So, I feel like cymbals would be too cheesy. Not that I'm necessarily afraid of sounding too cheesy, but like so much so that it would be like disgusting. So, a disgusting cheese. Oh well. So I'm gonna pull back the curtain here and show you the old project, which is only this many measures long, which is why but I don't like it the way it is. The changes I made here, the strings are playing much more stuff than the original. I moved it from the celesta to the piano. The piano gives it a more... When it was first on the cello, it sounded more... I already used like the words magical and ethereal, but I almost feel like those are the wrong kinds of words. It made it feel more dreamy. Dreamy? Made it feel more... I'll just let you listen. Feels a bit more light. When I moved it down an octave here into the piano, it feels a bit more emotional. Not that this isn't emotional. It feels heavier. Feels closer to my soul. I hate to use some weird esoteric sounding artsy language, but whatever, I'm the composer. I'll describe my music however I want. Feels closer to my soul, this piano does, than the celesta. And that's kind of rare actually, because I like the celesta a lot. But anyway. After this is this part here, which is... Here I made it sound very epic with the bassoons and the horns. But here I made it sound a bit less like that. Hear the difference there? Let's play these last two measures. And then the same thing but here. Let's see how that sounds like. This one sounds more... It sounds more like a landscape. This one sounds more like a landscape. This one sounds a bit more urban. Like if I'm imagining it as the background music to like some sort of scenery, then this one feels a lot... It's definitely the flute, but also the horns. Something about that feels more like a pretty landscape, where this one feels more like a cloudy day, you know? Write together a trumpet solo over a song, but I can't pick a song, so I need a suggestion for a genre or a song. Pretty please. A trumpet solo? What song do I think would sound good in a trumpet solo? Hot Cross Buns? Or some songs that I know that would sound good with a trumpet solo. Yeah, that's the only song I know, so I can't really help you there. I don't really like these trombone parts though. Let me try again. Okay. Now here's the part where I just for funsies, start putting you guys on other instruments just to see what I think. So you know what, trumpet, you get the solo this time, while it's on my mind. I think that would sound a lot nicer on a cornet, but I don't have a cornet sound, so oh well. Blast you. I want a cornet so badly. I'll take a cornet or a mellophone. I'll take either. But I want a cornet first, because I think a cornet is a bit more versatile than a mellophone, but I do want both. Let it be known, Muse Score. I want one. Probably makes more sense if I do that. Okay. Is there anything else I want here? I don't know about trumpets that quiet. I think trombones can pull it off. And trumpets, though, I'm a little bit more suspicious of. Okay. You guys here in a wonderful 4/4 pattern. I will write you down here. Where's my layout thing? Boink. And then I will take these wonderful chords. I think they're going to move into other places, but I'm going to at least take these so I can have them. You guys are in the clarinets, right? Yes, you are. Okay. Clarinet here. Any more notes than that? Was that E, B, E, 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 alright. E. Lots of E. And, well, nothing more, because I'm very interesting. What's this? C and A flat. Are those here? No, actually. These guys are over here. Okay, I kind of like the way I wrote this here, so I'm going to keep it. But I'll listen to it again to make super duper sure that I actually like it, because who knows? Do it with horn. I think horn like this would be much more interesting. Please delete your account. That reminds me that reminds me of a song that someone I knew wrote in, in middle school about War Thunder. It was like a parody of like I Love It by who's the guy? Lil Pump and Kanye West. Man, I was immediately reminded of that. I wonder if the lyrics to that still exist somewhere. I want to see that so bad. Anyway. I think the low horn here is okay. Do I want clarinets doing this? The parallel fourths are a little... They're not bad, they're just a little strange. I think parallel fourths in an instrument as smooth sounding as the clarinet. I don't know if that's exactly what I want. Maybe oboes would be better for this job. Oh, you guys are supposed to be Argo. Argo. Beautiful. And also you're way too slow because I'm a dum-dum. What tempo did I have in the original one? If I could pull it up. Biomoso at 55. Get out of here, staff text. I think one of my shortcomings in the original is that I didn't make it accelerate. Accelerate is cool. Okay, maybe not that fast just yet. What did you start at? 38. Can you jump up to maybe like 45 instead of 55? Maybe like... this guy maybe moved down an octave. Okay, these are like parallel fifths now, but maybe that's... Is that what the cool kids are doing nowadays? Parallel fifths? Maybe instead of that, do it in 2 bassoons. I think I can do this a bit better. Something like... Something like this might be more interesting. Try this sound now. Oh, wait. Where's my beautiful crescendo? Come on. This note feels wrong. Good. Oh, what happened to the note that was supposed to appear here? Did I delete that? Oh my goodness. Come on. Okay. Your decrescendo needs to boom, be like this. There you go. And then I want some trombones to accentuate these notes. What was the fourths here? Let's have B, E, someone like B here, B here. A little louder than that, pretty please. No, I don't like that actually. Be quieter. E, F, and C natural, because I'm so spicy. Back to... And then I move to, what's that, G and D. Oh wait, I'm doing this all wrong. Whoopsies. You're supposed to be right here. You are supposed to be Oh, my sound's getting all weird. Hold on. I hope that fixes it. Hold on. Can you, pretty please, both of you, horns 1 and 3, just do the... Actually, no. Horns 2 and 4 are the bass guys. You guys do that. And then I want here a... There ought to be a... Maybe an E major chord? What was the C and the G sharp? I could make it E, G sharp, like with the E, G sharp, maybe C. It's kind of late though. Yeah, it's 12 a.m. where I am in Texas. Very late. Oh wait, I have the A sharp. I guess I could have that little cluster in the horns. That's fine. Bassoons, you guys just kind of... Because I want the horns to take over here playing the chords. So... E... Oh man, you guys are A sharp, G sharp, E, and I guess B for good measure. Why not? Bit more percussive. Okay, American in Paris. Let's try that again. Something like this might be a bit nicer. Let's match what the... Also, what intonation? I have the... no, do that. And you do... No, 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 no. Like this. Oh my goodness, that sounds awful. Okay, that's too loud. Maybe like this. No, I don't like that. Just do like the normal, like this, and go shut up. And you. Nice little cluster there. Ah, but you're not good enough. Here, you guys play the lower notes and I'll have you oboes, which sound just a teensy weensy bit like trumpets, at least at these lower volumes, play these notes. And you know what, English horn, you can play too. Oh, you need to be a little bit louder. You know what does it sound like with loud trumpets? Go. Why did you... you didn't guys all play together? It sounded like a duck quacking. You nerds. Come on. I do kind of want some clarinet action though. Okay. There you go. Boink. You sound awful. Get out of here, Obos. I can't believe you've done this. What about you play this wonderful tritone? Beautiful. Maybe everyone goes to Forte. I'm a little afraid of doing that though. I mean, the pizzicato does that, but that's because it's a pizzicato. I mean, since you guys are percussive, I'm okay with making it loud, because the sustain guys, if they were loud, it wouldn't sound very good, I think. I would like more stuff happening here, though, with you. Can you just play, like, a big chord like this? And violas, thank you. I think the brass is overshadowing the pizzicato. I want to hear that pizzicato, so I'll actually just mute the brass a tiny bit. Not like actually, but... I need this pizzicato to be more pronounced, especially here in the violas. Maybe you guys need to play a little higher. That might make me feel a little better. Okay, and then timpani, go. Boom. What do you sound like different mallets? Go. I think actually that all sounds stupid, but I want to hear it anyway. Yeah, that sounds dumb. Go back to this. You with the A flat, or no, you with the C. Nah. I think it was okay. Let's start these guys. Move them along. Go. That... Better. You guys need to go away much more dramatically, though. Like that. Okay. Go back over here. I want those fluttery flutes again, though. I'm bringing back the fluttery flutes. Where are you? quietly. And ornaments here. No, I like it a bit higher. And also quieter, please, my friends. Something like this, maybe. I need like a rest here. I don't know how much I like that, which is not a good sign, but it's probably fine. Can you have like a very, very light symbol hit here, please? Oh, I said light. I would also like maybe over here on this beat. Bass drum. Bit louder. Try again. Same with you. Just quiet. That bass drum feels too heavy too soon. Over here it's okay though. Maybe what I really need is a triangle actually. So let me go fetch one. Fetch me my triangle. There you go. Hi triangle. Triangle, shining, shimmering, splendid is what this guy sounds like, and I shall have one, so get out of here. Yeti, my new favorite, is in place. Okay, and I want the accompaniment to swell a little bit here. Let's do like just like this. A very slight, but still like present swell. And I do mean slight. I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm just gonna do it like this for consistency, but these are these feel almost a little useless, but whatever. It's fine. I'm sure they'll understand what I mean anyway. Symbol. Needs a symbol. But like a short one. Yeah, something like that, but also less loud. Or maybe the suspended symbol is just too loud in the mix. But I do know symbols are really loud, but because I'm doing this virtually, I will manually shut you up a little bit. Same with triangle, I think. Piatti, you try. I don't like the sound of the piatti. I think the suspended symbol has a better sound there, so I will bring back you. Maybe, and also I would like maybe like a snare roll here. What's with the, no, get out of here. Tremolo. And just like build up to a mezzo forte, I don't know. I just want to hear what it sounds like first. Oh, quieter than that. Much quieter than that, please. Hold on, try a different patch. Maybe like the tenor drum would be interesting, or even the field. Can we do a field drum, please? Pretty please. I like that. Good. That field drum is good. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Is there field? Yeah, do field drum instead of like. I guess I could just do tenor drum, but I like the field drum like sound. So. Okay, I know the field drum is like basically a big snare drum. Why does it sound like the no wires version? That's not bad, but I certainly prefer the wire version. I'm so wired. There you go. Okay. Maybe a very quick crescendo here by you with the tremolo. Try this. Okay. And now if we go back to the original here, it had this melody just kind of repeating. So I shall have it here too. Get out of here. A key signature of nothing. And you know what? I'm gonna do it like this. Where we start with a few instruments and get more. And have some of these wonderful pitsies play along too. No cello, just contrabass. And then maybe you guys can come in afterwards. Can you actually start in the viola? Maybe that'd be interesting. Okay, well that's not right. You have to be arco, and also you can't even play this note. Start in the cello. I'm curious now. Where's that arco? Ooh, I like that a lot actually. Okay. Good thing I tried that. Bow, bow. Thank you. Okay. That sounds lovely. Oh, and I'd really like to have a timpani roll here. This is one of my favorite techniques. Is the very quiet but rumbly timpani like that. I love that effect. Let's do it with more normal mallets. What the heck is an ordinary? No, what incarnation is that? No, just play the... like that, nice and quiet. Maybe with a rumbly bass drum for a special effect too. See, when this kind of timpani setup like this is like distinctly different than something like this. Here, this just sounds like a low rumbly pitch, right? That I can't even hear. What? Excuse me? Okay, well, it just refuses to play it. No, wrong piano. I mean, this kind of piano. Thank you. Did it? Thank you. Why is it not... It just refuses to play that. Will you play the A sharp? Thank you. This kind of sustained pitch versus a more earthquakey kind of sound. I like that very much, so I shall use it. I do think it's a bit too loud though. Sorry, timpani, I'm gonna have to nerf you a little bit. Could also have... Okay. I'll write here your divisi for you. Hold on. Let me also add that wonderful double bar line here. Doink. Because it's a new section. I never really figured out where this part is going. I would like it to be a bit more involved with more sound effects. I don't just want it to be like this. Okay. That might be something for next time though. I want to really hone in on perfecting this first part here. Try this instead. Yeah, sound like that much more. See, that bass drum is just too dramatic. I would have liked it much better like this. Okay. I'm curious, what do you sound like if I raise the piano volume? No, I don't like how much the piano is brought out. I would like to try adding a glockenspiel first. I know I have a cello, but I want specifically a glockenspiel here. I swear it has a distinctly different texture and I'm not just making this up. Here, I want a glockenspiel right around the time of the oboe. Just to hear what it sounds like. Again, might sound a bit too cheesy for taste, but it's worth a try. Don't even do dynamics, just stay nice and quiet. And you don't need these slurs. I mean, it'd be nice, I guess, but I don't think it really matters. Move measures to... I don't even want to know what that does. Try something like this, pretty please. This actually, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense at all. Just do very good. Something leading up to that. I don't like how hard that hits. Can you... I don't like it down there in the low parts of the glockenspiel, but over here it might be interesting. Don't start on the downbeat. Make it feel a bit more natural. Come in... make this last a little bit longer here. That tremolo. Try again. Don't have that triangle hit there. Oh, I said don't get rid of it. Try also hear y'all in the flutes. I would like some more of that delicious troll action. Do a bit more trolling. Can you both play minor seconds, actually? Actually, no, you play a major second. Just to be sure, and you play a minor second. Good. Good. What am I doing? Oh right, I was just sitting here to think if there's something I could do with the Glock and just be like this point, but I don't think so. Oh, that's right. I kind of was thinking maybe marimba or xylophone, but let's do marimba first. I'm just do one staff of contrabass marimba. I'm sorry, contrabass marimba, huh? Oh. I've never seen such a thing. Do it for 2 contrabass marimbas. I love the titles in all lowercase. Oh my goodness, this dude is coming in from the 5th dimension to present this person with the contrabass marimba. They look like they look like baby rattles. Those are such big mallets. They're just so thick. Alright, how beautiful. Wow, oh my goodness. Look at those pipes. That's not a contrabass marimba. Amazing, okay. Well, I'm not gonna do that, just a normal marimba. I'm not complicated and smart enough to write for 2 staves of marimba, so instead I'm just gonna go with the normal one. Or not normal, but abnormal, stupid, the merm. Is that really what the abbreviation is? Guys, I play the merm. Or can you be bass clef, please? I would like bass clef. There you go. Pretty please just play what you're playing. How low does the marimba go? No, that's fine. Is there any options for... Oh, different mallets. Do a nice quiet one, please. But like, much quieter. Can you actually play when you're playing? I think I would like that a bit more. No need for that. There you go. I guess here treble clef makes more sense. And actually, I don't really like that there, but maybe I would like it more over here with the whatever you're called, pizzicato. Actually, maybe something like that would be interesting. Actually, you know, get rid of the that. Okay. Go back here, just try some stuff out. Good. I don't like, but I don't like this figure. Maybe you need to play not a third, but a fifth. Try this. Maybe you guys just need to play the same notes. I like that more. Yeah, feels better to me. Good. Actually, can you just do this? And then I'll just have you guys play more pitsies. Maybe not like that. You also play... can you... try this? A sharp and G sharp. I like that more. And then I think it'll be easier for you guys to play something like this. I need you guys to be a bit louder so I can hear that pitsies through all the oboes and stuff. Better. You feel just a slightly too fast. Right now you're at 60. Can you go to like 61? Largo. Yeah, Largo. 60. Go down to like 55. Call you Mendo Mosso. Mosso. There you go. Mendo Mosso. Less motion. A little slower. Better. Actually, just even slower, please. Like 50, 52. Good. Like that. And just repeat that for a sec. Maybe in the violas. I like how you can hear the just subtle difference between the violin and viola tone. Even though they're playing the exact same thing. This viola patch is so quiet, it's ticking me off. Okay. Keep this trainer rolling here. Keep you moving with tremolo. That's what it's called. Okay. I have like a part of a melody in my head, but I need to like write it down first. A sharp. Like this? No, that's already a fourth. I don't like that. Just just focus on the main melody first and add the harmony. Add the harmony later. A little bit quieter. Maybe tuba here? Or like a combination of this wonderful contrabassoon and a tuba. Okay, just more of this nonsense happening. I'll develop it later, but I just want to have the melody in place first. There you go. Try again. Okay. Tubas. I need like a tuba part here. Where's your tuba? I want the tuba to like echo what you guys are doing. Try this. Go contrabassoons and tuba. A little longer here. A little quieter, please. This is starting to sound really ghostly, but only because the contrabassoon can only play so low. In fact, you guys would probably sound better here. Much better already. But you would sound much better if I actually gave you dynamics. Which I'll do in a second, I guess. Let me just be very expert at composing and just, what in the world? No, do this. Thank you. do like a quick decrescendo here. Maybe like no. Do this. Go up to piano first, and then mezzo piano. Actually, I want to hear what you sound like in the contrabassoon first. Perfect. Your VTuber can go up in volume. No. Thank you. Do like a tiny bit of a tie over here. Like that. Beautiful. And for this, it's getting more dramatic, so I need like more dudes playing here. And so we'll have the first violins like this, kind of trading between, I don't know. I don't actually know why I did it like this. That this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Okay, well, at least do the violins, because the violins are a bit brighter in sound, so they sound a bit more from the cello. Good. I don't like those rushed. Can you just hold on to those notes, pretty please? And then also do some ties. And then starting with you guys, you'll probably have to start over here. And then, yeah, like this. Oh, I probably should have put the whatchamacallits, the slurs, legato, that's the word. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Good. Okay, I'm sorry, contrabassoons. I love you, but you're just like too loud even at this volume. I don't know why you're so loud. Better. Okay, that's like, that's a going somewhere. It needs something else. Okay, I'm not super sure. Maybe like some cello or piano bits. Where's the... Oh, I muted it, didn't I? Goodness gravy, I was like, the Chalista's dead. Boom. What was I thinking we should play here? Nope. Maybe like this would be interesting. Is it something a bit faster than that? Maybe like that. Half diminish like this. And with a pedal, of course. Where's the pedal? I don't want you to start on the beat necessarily. Can you do like like this? Select it. Oh my gosh, select. Thank you. Goodness. Thank you. I want you to be like a very fast, like, that might be a bit excessive. Nah, who cares? A bit louder, pretty please. Do a crescendo, do a decrescendo. Yeah, I like that more. And then and something a bit more fluid. Like no, not high enough. Better, but be a bit more selective with your pedaling. Like this. If I can only do that over here as well. Can I just manually drag it? There you go. Why are you... Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. No, why aren't you... Why don't you just hook on correctly? Good enough. I like that, but I don't. I don't like how low it goes. Better. Okay. Now, what would that sound like if I put it on the piano, just out of curiosity? Let's see, this very clearly belongs on the cha-cha-cha-chalasa. Beautiful. Okie dokie. Okay, well, I got a lot done today, so that will be the end of the stream. I will see you guys later. Make sure to practice your skills and subscribe, and also join the Discord and all that stuff I say at the end of streams. Bye-bye.